All right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation on this Friday afternoon. We made it, man. The end of the week and another edition of Knicks Fan TV Live presented by KnicksFanTV.com. Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to all our Fanchise channel members. This is once again the home of the diehard Knicks fan, man. So hit the like button, hit the share button, and subscribe to the channel. On today's show, Malik Beasley has been cleared of his gambling investigation by the Eastern District of New York. And could the Knicks be interested? We're going to talk about the pros and cons of a potential Malik Beasley pursuit. Plus, my early lineup and rotation predictions, man. So, once again, this is a dog days of the summer edition of the show. And we are going to get you guys through, man. So, lock in, hit the like button, hit the share button, and subscribe to the channel. Salute, salute, salute. Let's get into it. All right, man. Happy Friday to the family. Salute to everybody in the chat. Good to see a lot of my regulars in the building. My Fanchise channel members. Frat guy, salute. He's an alpha man, of course, man. Rambo checking in from Tampa. Stevie Nicks. The Clarkson's in the building. Cody, man, my pops was asking about you the other day, man. I was talking to my pops and another Knicks fan. I was at the auto dealership. My guy Ken said, "Yo, what's up with Cody Glock, man? I love when Cody Glock calls in." And then my pops was like, "Yeah, man, we haven't heard from Cody in a while." So salute to the Glocks. I hope you're doing well. I said, maybe he's just in training camp mode. He's getting ready. He's getting amped up for the regular season. Everybody is ramping up right now. Bra man, salute to you. How we feeling? Omar Del Poe, 1975. Salute, man. How we feeling? See the great 326. I see you. Cody Glock said it's the wolf days. Absolutely. He's wolfing up. Does that mean are you not getting chopped up? Are you wolfing that way? Or are you just in the layer, man? I dig it either way. Eric LP, salute to you. Eric Horn checking in from Jackson, Mississippi. We got Knicks fans checking in from far and wide. We already know Eric Horn's been with us for a long, long time. Shout out to Eric. Mellow Mike, I see you. My 2 cents always in here, of course. Aggravated man, what's good? He's always aggravated. Do things in the building. Talento never misses a show. Okay, let's get right into it, man. Let's get right into it. Malik Beasley, ladies and gentlemen. It was announced today by Shams. Came across the wire that Malik Beasley has been cleared of the gambling investigation. Remember, this is the thing that really hurt him in a major way because he was set to make $72 million on a 3-year deal with the Detroit Pistons. Malik Beasley had an outstanding 2024-25 campaign, was one of the best three-point shooters in the entire NBA, 40% from 3 on 9 attempts. Absolutely sensational, was a big part of the Detroit Pistons' resurrection and making the playoffs. And hey, had a couple moments against the Knicks that, was a thorn in our side until he bungled the ball in Game 6 and ultimately won the game for us. So that's what Malik Beasley does. He gives and he giveth and taketh away. But this was the article here by Shams. Let me just zoom in a little bit here. So to everybody in the chat, this was the article by Shams. Malik Beasley no longer a target of the federal gambling investigation conducted by the Eastern District of New York. They had extensive conversations and meetings with the Eastern District of New York and received determination on Beasley not being considered the target after allegations regarding gambling on NBA games and prop bets during the 23-24 season. This is his lawyer. Months after this investigation, Malik remains uncharged and is not the target of the investigation. An allegation with no charge, indictment, or conviction should never have the catastrophic consequence this has caused Malik. This has literally been the opposite of the presumption of innocence. Well, he's definitely right because, hey, once that announcement came out, in the court of public opinion, that is Twitter X, he got roasted. You had people going out there dissecting film. Was this the situation that caused him to be under investigation? Was he out there shaving points? Was he chasing overs and unders? Ran that man's name through the mud. You had really, really salacious details on the amount of debt that he racked up. I mean, just nasty stuff being put out there. So on one hand, you kind of feel bad for the guy because he did miss out on a payday, 3 years, $72 million with the Detroit Pistons. And it literally was reported right before free agency. And I'm sorry, it was 3 year, $42 million was the contract. 3 year, 42. I said 72. I'm wilding. Whoa, not $72 million. 3 year, they were set to complete a 3 year, $42 million deal with Malik Beasley. All right. So that's $14 million a year. Let me slow down a little bit. But that proposal evaporated after the franchise became aware of the investigation. And we all know that Detroit went on to go get Duncan Robinson, was probably like, thank you. Karis LeVert was like, thank you. Those guys were brought in as Timmy went to Denver and Malik Beasley was just sitting on the sideline. He finished second in the NBA Sixth Man of the Year race with 16.3 points, appearing in all 82 games. Durable player. First season with Detroit over a 9-year career. He made 319 three-pointers, the most in a season in franchise history, and second most in the NBA behind Ant-Man Anthony Edwards. Beasley also ranked second in total points and total three-pointers made off the bench. Made 243 catch-and-shoot threes, most by any player in a season since player tracking began in the 2013-2014 season. And as I said, Karis LeVert got a bag. Duncan Robinson went out there and got a bag. And Beasley was out there on the sideline. So, it's unfortunate, but that's the nature of the game. Now, according to our guy Ian Begley, let me make sure I center this a little bit. Salute to everybody in the chat. Hang on. Let me make sure I center this so we can read it correctly. According to our guy Ian Begley, friend of the program, you can follow him at Ian Begley on Twitter and at SNY's media platforms. He says the Knicks are among teams that had done background work on Beasley's situation, how likely, unlikely a suspension in 25-26 was for the free agent. And he says, he reiterates the ESPN report that he's no longer under investigation. So the Knicks were doing their homework, as they should. You got to do your homework on everybody, whether it's the Greek Freak all the way down to Ben Simmons, right? There is a spectrum there in which Malik Beasley fell into that. So maybe if we put our thinking caps on here, if we put on the tinfoil kufi, maybe that is why we have not heard any word on their veteran minimum pursuits. Maybe they're just like, listen, Shamit's out there. He's not going nowhere. Ben Simmons is out there. Hey, if he goes somewhere, so be it. If not, hey, maybe he's an option. But maybe they're keeping their options open a little bit. You just never know when things like this come about. Could there be a training camp buyout or somebody, shaking loose? You just never know. So maybe it's just them keeping their options open and remaining flexible as it relates to that last roster spot. Now, in a fantasy basketball world, look, for a team with championship caliber aspirations, you can say he's a pain in the ass. You can say whatever. I go get him. I would go get him. A marksman, a sniper. He's got a little moxie to him. Yeah, the hula dance is a little annoying when you're on the opposite end. But I go get him. It would make the rotation a little bit shaky because you already brought Clarkson, who's kind of in that Beasley cloth, as like a score first option. And then you got Deuce out there. So you got a lot of shooting guards, if you will, combo guards. Even though Deuce is more of a two-way player. So it would make the rotation a little bit dicey, but it's worth a gamble. No pun intended. It's worth a shot. Especially with how good of a three-point shooter he is. I go get him. And to be honest, I was always, the player I always liked him. And remember, we reported years ago that the Knicks liked him and wanted to bring him in before he stayed with Minnesota. Knicks wanted him. So there's that. Now, remember, all the Knicks can offer is the vet minimum salary. And the question is, would he take that? Because if he lost out on $14 million with the Pistons, remember, the Pistons can, according to our guy Keith Smith, the Pistons still have his non-bird rights and can offer him $7.2 million a year. They can offer him $7.2 million. So he may not get to 12, but they can still offer him 7.2. So the Pistons can still come in, and they have a roster spot left, and they're $21 million under the luxury tax. They're in great financial situation. They have a great financial situation right now. Great financial health. So they can offer him that money. And then now, according to Keith Smith, and salute to our guy, make sure you guys are following Keith Smith. He's an excellent salary cap guy. These are the top 8 teams when it comes to money that can offer Malik Beasley a much bigger bag. You got the Brooklyn Nets, $15 million in cap space. They got Cam Thomas. They got Michael the Love Doctor Porter Jr. Boy, that man, there's no microphone he won't speak on, and he shouldn't be speaking. But they got him, they got them. You got the Charlotte Hornets, 14.1. Chicago Bulls, Pacers, need some guard help, 13.5. Miami Heat, 7.3. OKC has money. What? 8.5. Sacramento Kings and the Washington Wizards. And as Keith said, Golden State could get involved, but it's a little bit complicated with the Kuminga situation. You know, they're out there treating Kuminga like he's Scottie Pippen. That whole thing is like pretty nauseating to hear. But anyway, so these are the teams with the money to burn. So in the case of Beasley, it's like you got to catch up on the money. And according to the reports that came out there when he was first having his name dragged all around, that boy owes. I mean, that boy owes. You know, I hate to put the guy's stuff out there on Front Street, but it is out there on Front Street. The guy got kicked out of his Detroit condo because he owed $21,000 in back rent. So he got evicted, according to reports, allegedly. He got evicted from the condo. He owed $21,000. So the landlord got him in court for $21,000. He's already in litigation with that. And ironically enough, the complex that is suing him was built by Dan Gilbert, the Cleveland Cavaliers owner. He went out to Detroit and was part of that whole revitalization projects in bringing Detroit back. So Dan Gilbert owns a lot of real estate in Detroit, one of which Malik Beasley was staying in and ultimately got put out. Then he owed $26,000 to a celebrity barber. You can't make it up. $26,000. He lost the judgment to celebrity barber. How much you guys in the chat pay for a cut? I'm about to get chopped up. I got to go get chopped up this weekend. 26 grand. He lost the judgment to Cairo Cuts, who operates in Milwaukee. And I mean, listen, man, he's a good-looking guy, but I mean, like, 26 grand for that. Malik, you got to come to New York. You got to see my guy Donovan. He'll get you right. So 26 grand for the barber. And then they said, yo, he owes $34,000 to a dentist. So I don't know. All these people now, they get the veneers, they get the brand new yucks. You owe $34,000 to a dentist. He should have went to Columbia. That's all the joints who go to Columbia get the new work. Teeth popping out their mouth, brand new. Hey, you shining though. It look like piano keys. $34,000 for brand new yucks. Wow. Should have went to Columbia, my man. So yeah, that's just a little bit. So I say all that to say, is he trying to catch up on a bag? Is he trying to get into a situation where, hey, maybe he may take a little bit less, but he's got more of an opportunity to shine, and then he can make that up in the next offseason? It's going to be interesting. And, and also, our teams, even though he got cleared, our teams going to show interest. Our championship contenders going to show interest, like the Knicks. The Knicks locker room over the years has had some really good synergy. And it's not to say that he's a bad guy, because, hey, maybe in Detroit, they certainly loved him there. But he does have kind of a checkered past. Like, the gambling thing is not just everything. Remember back in Minnesota, he was under investigation. He pointed a rifle at somebody outside the house. He's dealing with Scotty's old work, and she's kind of sketchy. So he's got like a little bit of sketchiness going on to him. I don't know. You be the judge. So it'll be interesting. I even though the Knicks are interested, is there a clear-cut role for him here? Do they want to take that risk? And would he want to come here? So, we'll see what happens there. But something to keep an eye out on, as the Knicks still hold on to that last vet minimum spot. And this guy has just been cleared. Yeah, it's interesting, man. It's, we're at the stage now where in the quest for a ring, hey, you might have to get a little bit risky. Knicks got a little bit risky in 99 when they brought in number 8 right behind me, Latrell Sprewell, and traded number 3 right behind me, John Starks. And I remember as a kid, I said, oh, my God, John Starks, that's the heart. We trading the heart for Sprewell, and they're dragging him through the mud. He just choked out P.J. Carlesimo. I said, oh, my God, Van Gundy's he's a goner. One disagreement in practice, all hell is going to break loose. He might body Van Gundy. And then before you know it, all it took was a half a season, and he became fan favorite. And as the years went on, he was our guy. He was my guy, man. I love Latrell Sprewell with the team. So, hey, we'll see what happens, man. Let me know. Know what you guys think. If you guys want to hit me up in the KFTV Discord, Malik Beasley, do you want him or do you not? Let me know in the chat. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Lunchtime edition of the show. Okay, Skip Wright, he says he pays $25 for a cut. Okay. Well, let me see. Who else in the chat, man? How much is everybody paying for a cut? My man Malik Beasley owed $26,000. Eric Horn says 40. Eric, you paid 40 out in Mississippi. Okay. 40 in Mississippi. Very interesting. Lyricon, 50. I pay 60. I pay 60. Brandon Williams says he cuts his own hair. It's very nice, man. Very nice. Saves you a lot of bread. Jalen says he free $99 when he cuts your own. So it's KFTV Jalen cuts his own joints. Eric says 30. Okay. Yeah, so it's also, not to kick the guy when he's down in terms of his debts and everything like that, but it's the reality. Michael Beasley came out and was talking about his financial mismanagement as a player. Remember, Michael Beasley, he was a second pick of the draft. And so that's why he's doing all these one-on-ones and he's playing players for $1 million. And, we love Beasley. He's got a great brand, but it's real. These guys still, some of these guys still are unable to manage their finances and trust the right people. And Michael Beasley talked about his CPA robbed him, his this robbed him, his family robbed him. So trust is a big thing, but you got to manage your finances. You got to understand, right? Like you're paying the entertainment tax in every city that you go. The bonuses are getting taxed at a large amount. You got to floss. You got to do this. You got to do that. So before you know it, and your career could be over with. What's the average lifespan of an NBA player? Let's do our Googles. NFL is very short. According to Google, 4.5 to 5 years. The average span for an NBA player, 4.5 to 5 years. So if you're coming into the league at 21, by 26, you're on the unemployment line, or you're going to Europe, or you're trying to figure it out. It happens that fast. It's a next man up situation. The minute they find somebody better than you, you're out of here. The minute you get hurt, you're out of here. If you're not that good, they're not waiting around for you. The ship is sailing. So by 26, you got to figure it out. So that's why, man, you got to live frugal, got to live below your means, and manage your money wisely. 4.5 to 5 years. That quick. So, yeah, we wish him well. Hey, maybe he becomes a Knick and wins us a championship. Who knows? You just never know. Okay. So to my Fanchise channel members, once again, I see you guys in the chat. Hope everybody's doing well. All right, hang tight. Let me get my next topic up and ready. Let me get my next topic up and ready here. Once again, this is KFTV Live on a Friday. Hope everybody's well. We made it, and I'm happy to see you guys. All right, what's going on here, man? I'm having a little technical difficulty here. Hang on. What's going on with this? No, I don't want this. I want... Okay, make sure I got my frame back. Okay, there that is. And on this next segment, I'm going to talk about, I saw my guy Trilogy on The Athletic was talking about his early Knicks lineup projections, so I figured I'd jump into the pot and do the same. What do you guys think, man? Let's start with the starting five. We talked about that a little bit on last week's show. What do you guys think from a starting five standpoint? Last year, it was the Hart Foundation with Hart in there with the other two wings, and OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, and then you had Karl-Anthony Towns manning the five. They finished the year with Mitchell Robinson at the five, starting and finishing. And so the question is, what is Mike Brown going to prioritize with this new lineup and this new rotation? Is he going to go for the defense? Or is he going to go more offensive focused? Because that's pretty much what we're talking about here when we talk about this starting five. From my perspective, I think there's pros and cons to both, right? Like if you're starting Hart, and this is regular season Hart, we're not talking about playoffs where things change a little bit. In the regular season, when you're starting Hart, the pros become, number one, you have another facilitator. When Hart's out there with Brunson, he is your second best, maybe third best, with Towns being second. Your third best playmaker. Remember, Hart was busting out triple doubles like crazy. You get the rebounding, double-digit rebounding. You get the playmaking. You get somebody who can push it out in transition. So there was a lot of pros when Josh Hart was out there. And hey, if he's knocking down his threes, even better. Because you got another three-point shooter out there with Brunson and Mikal, OG, and Cat. So there are pros with Josh Hart being out there. Now, if you're going to start Mitch, we know the pros there. You're getting better rebounding as well. You're getting a better rim protector. And you're cleaning up all those forays into the paint. because that's just how good he is and the difference maker that he is on the defensive end. T. Williams Hart is just a stat pattern. Just knock it off with the stat padding. The guy contributes to winning. I don't want to hear none of that stat padding. Give me a break. You start McBride. You lose the rebounding edge. You do become a truer 5-out lineup. But then on the bench, you're rolling out 2 more non-shooters in Mitch and Hart. So I think the McBride factor is probably third if I had to make a prediction. I think they do start Mitch. You bring Hart off the bench, who's your most versatile player, starter or bench. And then third would be the start McBride option. However, even though I think they do start Mitch, like, it doesn't mean that he's going to log just these heavy minutes, and he doesn't have to. Because I do believe that, especially with Mitch, you're going to have to watch his workload all season. I wouldn't even play him on the second night of back-to-backs. You have Huck Porty out there. He could be an innings eater for you in the baseball term and log some minutes. So I would make sure that I sprinkle in Huck Porty in there. But on the nights where Mitch is playing, I start Mitch, and then I bring Yabuselle in there and give me a 3-point floor spacer. So now I got Yabuselle and Towns out there. If I want to go even smaller, if I want to go small with Yabuselle at the 5 and put Hart out there, you can do that as well. So I would go 9-man rotation. I'm going Brunson, McCall, OG, Cat, Mitch. Off the bench, I'm going Deuce, Clarkson, Hart, Yabuselle. 9-man rotation. On the odd nights, when Mitch is in foul trouble or he's not playing in the second night of a back-to-back, I got Huck Porty in there. If I want to give OG a little bit of a spell or drop his minutes down, McCall some spell, look, I'm going to throw Dadier in the mix, man. I'm throwing Pacone. We drafted the kid. I don't care if you want to say they drafted him because they had to save money and all of that. I'm getting Pacone Dadier out there. I got to see what's going on. I got to see what's happening with the kid, man. Like, are you with this? Are you with it or are you not? And here was Pacone Dadier, his trainer. Here he is getting some shots up. I'm telling you, I like the shot, man. I like the jumper. And if he's out there playing with better competition, obviously his supporting cast are going to be better than what he played with in Summer League. I like what he's looking like right now, man. Hey, stand in the corner and knock down some corner threes. Give me some good off-ball cuts, and we good. All-Star 72 says, how many players has Mike Brown used as a coach so far? Doesn't he go beyond 9? Yeah, with the Kings, he's going 9, 10. I'm not saying that he's definitely, 9 is a sharp number, but I'm saying that is your sure 9. And then we go from there. But again, not knowing Mike Brown's philosophy here, I would just have to think that if you're implementing a new system, just like Tibbs, you're going to want to establish chemistry and make sure that these guys are understanding what's needed. Then as the season progresses, you widen the rotation a little bit, start throttling some minutes down as you ramp up for April. But I would think in the beginning, in the first 50, 60, 50 games, I would think he keeps that rotation tight. But yeah, man, I'm getting Dadier in the mix. Take off the training wheels and let's go. Let's get to it. Now, will Tyler get into it? We'll see. But for right now, I think they will go with Deuce at the backup. Deuce and Clarkson will run interchangeably. I don't want Deuce on the ball that much because we all know that he's most impactful, most effective off ball. But you know that when Clarkson has the ball in his hands, that's when he's most effective. So that dynamic is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to watch how those two coexist in the backcourt. Going to be very interesting to see how that works. But hey, for Tyler, as he mentioned in Ian Begley's interview, he's working on his offense. He wants to be a floor spacer. He's got to get more aggressive offensively. We all know that. But for now, Deuce is going to man that backup point with Clarkson as part of a platoon. And let's see how it works out. And maybe to compensate for your lack of consistent playmaking, you have them running out there with Towns. Maybe Towns is the guy that runs with that second unit. Steve Pizza says, I think Mike Brown will utilize the young guys throughout the season. Dottie should get some wing burn. I'd like to see him get it. The Kolek one is a little bit more interesting because you're looking at splitting up minutes between Brunson, McBride, Clarkson. Not sure how much minutes are there for Kolek, but we'll see. I think that'll all be determined by how his offense looks. Larry Patty says Kolek, Dottie, rest of those guys equals garbage time. But hey, closing the game is important too. So yeah, well, what do you think about starting lineup? Which starting lineup are you going with? Let me know in the chat. You know what? Let's put a poll up in the chat. Let's see. Which starter? And I'll just put the three options because we know what the five would look like. Which starter are you going with? Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson, or Deuce McBride. Because we know what the five would look like, right? Like, we're not playing fantasy basketball five. We know what the five would look like. So I just put those three guys as starter names in the chat. And give me a vote and let me know what you guys think. So to everybody in the chat once again. 653 in the chat. Where's everybody watching from, man, on this beautiful Friday? Where's everybody watching from? Throw your cities, throw your state, throw your country, wherever you guys are repping. Throw it in the chat. I'll shout you guys out. Happy to be on this beautiful Friday here in New York. Weather started clearing up. We got past that tropical storm or whatever was going on. And there we go, man. So salute to everybody in the chat. Definitely good to see you guys. But yeah, man, this is that time of the off season, the dog days, and shout out to my guy Mitchie because we're playing these off season clips. Mitchie's getting active in the off season, man. Did you see his workout video? Mitchie's getting active. Working on a little arsenal, working on the moves, a little post up. Look at that, establishing position. Okay, jump hook, Mitchie. Okay, crossover, Mitchie, into the jump hook. Okay. Now, as always is the case, it's always the case with Mitch's videos. Whether he posted or we posted, the naysayers always say the same things. You're not doing this in the game. Why aren't you working on your free throws? They take a 60-second clip. And to tell you what he's working on, what he's not working on, which I always think is hilarious. And so me and Mitch had a conversation in this post, and I'm trying to get to the conversation that we had. My Instagram isn't loading it properly. Hang on, let me see if I pull it up on my end. So, hang on, here we go. So again, people are like, oh man, you gassing it. He's not going to do this in a real game. And I asked Mitch, I was like, what do you think? He was like, this is what Mitch said to me. He said, I think when I'm needed, I come through. I might not score 40 points, hell, maybe not 1 point. But if I didn't get steals, blocks, deflections, second chance points, risking my body, being honest, we don't even have a chance to get to where we got. I bring a lot to the table. That's what Mitch said to me. I think he's right. What do you guys think? I think he's at that's what I always say with Mitch. Like, with the naysayers and he's not doing this. First of all, we don't need offense from Mitch. Free throws, make your free throws, obviously, in crunch time scenarios. But all this other stuff, we don't need that from Mitch. Run the floor. Hopefully the guards find you for a nice lob. But like he said, he's doing the dirty work. And we don't have many people that do that. The second chance opportunities, deflections, steals, defense. That's his job. And so I replied back to him. I said, that's right. Be a star in your role. That's absolute facts. And he replied back. He said, I have to. The system we play, or at least played, I had to put my ego and pride on the side for the sake of the team. He goes, like, you think I want to run up and down the court and get no touches? Hell no. It's not fun, but to help us win, F it, got to do what I got to do. He said, family show. Cody Glock, no further discussion. So, I mean, that's it. Mitch is basically saying, hey, that's his job, Chuck. He's doing his job. He's willing to sacrifice for the team. That's what he's saying. How could we not want that? From the people that's like, oh, man, get this guy out of here. He can't stay healthy, this, that, and the third. Like, you got a selfless player that does his job and does it well. Yes, when he's on the court. Does it well. And is willing to do it. Stevie Nicks, love the honesty. Yeah. He said, we don't even have a chance to get to where we got. I bring a lot to the table. And he's absolutely right. Maybe that's him negotiating with the team. Let's see. Let's mark this date. Let's see if he's back next year. He's negotiating, folks. So yeah, man, that's our guy Mitchie, man. Big country as he calls himself. But for me, that's the Block Nest Monster, man. Money Time Mitch. I like that, Kane. I like that nickname. We might have to throw that in the rotation. Money Time Mitch. What do you guys think about that? Shout out to Marie B. Welcome to the Fanchise channel members. Everybody shout out Marie B-Q91. Welcome to the Fanchise channel members, Marie. Uh-oh. We got somebody in the Discord that I need to hear from to close out the show. Rambo from Tampa, ladies and gentlemen. Rambo, are you there, sir? Are you on the Discord, sir?
I'm on the Discord, and I am on a recorded lunch. I got to say that for, my job purposes, just in case you never know who's listening in right now. I am on a recorded lunch, okay? I'm not on company time. I'm on my time.
You on your time. Let's go. Let's go, man. And glad to hear you back on your feet, man. Everything good?
Oh, man, everything's amazing right now, man. The only thing not amazing is the weather. It's raining, pouring down out here, cats and dogs, but, it's all good, man.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
First off, man, hey, CB, congratulations, my boy.
Thank you, man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you,
congratulations. Hey, if y'all didn't know CP got engaged, I'm sure y'all know because y'all all tuned in. Y'all know what time it is. Malik Bunkley, whatever, the one that be twerking, we don't need that. We don't need that, CP. I get it. It's the dog days. We're lacking content right now, but we don't need that. All right, leave him where he's at. Leave him financially just ruined. I'm sorry. Haircuts is crazy. I get it, but bruh, listen. I've been with my barber longer than I've been with my wife. I paid $35 for a haircut but I'm not telling y'all who it is because y'all all paying 50. So I just appreciate that.
I hear that, man. I hear that. Yeah.
But real talk though, CP, man, hey, you hit it on the head. You know, shout out to Cody Glock. Mitchie ain't no snitchy. My man has to start. He has to.
Yeah.
He has to.
72% in the chat right now. 73%. Overwhelming majority. Say start Mitchie.
Give the fans what they want. It's that simple, man. You said it. Josh Hart was our second best playmaker last year. Let him come off the bench, man, because right now, I don't see us signing nobody else. I don't think we need to. I think this front office has showed us time and time these past few years that they kind of set themselves up so that any adjustments need to be made are going to be made during the trade deadline. Right now, we have a full roster. You said it, 9-man rotation. And we got a new coach, so I'll throw that 10th man rotation into that player development that they speak of. You know, Dottie, Tyler Kolek, you know. So I think we're set right now, man. I think we're gonna just roll and we're gonna see what's going on. I'm so excited though.
Yes, sir.
I am. Oh my God.
Yes, sir.
Hey, if you guys ain't excited, y'all better tighten up right now, man.
I'm hyped, man.
I've been doing a lot of research on my Mike Brown, and he's not Tibbs, but he's Mike Brown, and he's gonna let the boys play a little bit. He's gonna try to find different holes in the offense. You might see, you know, career assist number from my boy Deuce McBride. I'm calling it. You know, Mitchie, he's talking about he don't get the ball. Mike Brown is listening. Don't worry, we're gonna get the ball of all that. I think he's gonna try a little bit of everything. So I'm just excited to see what we're looking like, man. But it's the dog days, man. Shout out to you, CP. Shout out to everybody tuning in on the lunch special, man. Salute to you guys, man. Let's go. I'm ready for the season, man.
Let's go. Rambo from Tampa on the check-in. Good to hear from my guy back on his feet. Hey, rate that call in the chat, man. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. That's our guy, Rambo from Tampa. And Rambo, man, we're going to be in Miami. We planning the Miami trip. October 26th. Shout out to my guy, Jay, man. Shout out to my guy, Miami Jay. He just texted me. He said he wants Beasley. He said, let's go. But shout out to Miami J, man. That's my gracious host whenever I come down there to the 305. So we sent the bat signal out. We getting the people together. Steven Gomez, we getting everybody together. And October 26th, that's the first road game for the KFTV Road Warrior community. So can't wait to link up with everybody in the 305. And make sure you guys get down there. It is the Miami Heat home opener. So if you're going to get tickets, if you're planning to come, you know, act accordingly. Get your tickets early and make sure you get to. I'm going to announce all the details, but whenever we do announce it, make sure you get there early as well. All right, Junior Karoma, $10 super chat says congrats again, CP. Hold on. I gotta get my my soundbite here for the super chat. $10 super chat. Junior Karoma says congrats again, CP, on your engagement, brother. Junior, I appreciate you. Appreciate that. Genergy81, appreciate that. Appreciate you. Steven Gomez says we out here. Let's go. So Steven Gomez is ready to go. And the Rhyme Animal Chuck T says we warming up. Yeah, man, we warming up, man. This is, you know, the baseball equivalent of spring training. So this is what we doing, man, on the dog days. We'll be back on Monday or at the sound of some breaking news. You guys know where to come to, man. The number one show for the fans, by the fans. Salute to my guys on Facebook. I finally got, we had some technical difficulties last couple of streams where we couldn't get the simulcast going for Facebook. And so it looks like we fixed it today. And we got up on YouTube, man. So great to hear from you guys. Great to see you guys and talk to you guys. Let me make sure I'm not missing any Fanchise chats or any super chats. Okay. Steven Gomez at the buzzer, man. $10 super chat says, congrats, CP, man. Steven Gomez, definitely appreciate you, man. Long time supporter of the show and representing our 305 Knicks. Junior Karoma, how about them big blue G-men? Wow, I was watching Giants Patriots last night, man. I was watching on Amazon Prime. I was Jackson Dart. The future is looking bright right now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm going to stay patient. No expectation. My expectations for this team, I didn't even look at the schedule. JD already cut me off. He blocked me. He's not talking to me no more when it comes to the Giants. So I got to talk to you guys. JD don't want to talk to me no more. Yeah. He don't want to talk Giants with me no more, man. So he blocked me from talking Giants with him. But anyway, man, Jackson Dart, he's looking good. I like the leadership of Jameis Winston too, man. It's a different vibe. Everybody keeps saying it every telecast you hear. And the analysts, they keep saying, it's a different vibe with this team. And you could feel it. As a diehard fan, been watching since I was born, you feel the energy's different with this team. And maybe it's the quarterback locker room. They're much more mature. They're having fun with the Jameis element. He's a leader. All these guys are rallying around him. He's seen so many different receivers getting busy, man. Like the dude Gunner, number 0. I want him on the team. He's a dog. I want him on the team. Hyatt, I don't know if he's going to make it. He might get clipped. He might get clipped. I'm not sure. But I like how things are looking for the team, and we'll just take it one game at a time, man. Anyway, remember that the show's available in audio podcast format. No reason to miss it. Catch us on all major podcast platforms. Join the newsletter, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure that you guys go to KnicksFanTV.com and sign up for our free newsletter. Okay? I'm also working on something, a quick automated process where we have our digital schedule that we're going to be sending out to you guys for your email, so you have everything. And then that digital schedule is going to have all the links, the post-game live links, the Discord links, so everything that you need end-to-end Knicks coverage on every night, so that you don't forget. We're all busy people, so we're going to have our digital schedule coming out soon, and all of that is free. So make sure that you guys are going to KnicksFanTV.com. I'm going to drop the link right here for the newsletter. And just put that there. Join our newsletter for free. And make sure you guys are doing that to support us. And yeah, that's that, man. Enjoy the weekend. Stay safe, whatever you're doing. Salute to all of our drivers out there, the Uber drivers, the truck drivers, MTA, first responders. Salute to everybody out there on the road, man. Enjoy the weekend. We'll see you guys on Monday. Peace.